right, if I can have everybody's eyes on me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, and thank you for being in your seats. We're going to do, this is math, and we're going to be doing a new math lesson today. It's actually an operation that we'll be doing that'll help you guys out with doing some math that we'll be doing later on, okay? So this is the first part. I'm going to go through the whole thing. If you guys have questions or anything like that, please raise your hand, and I'll stop and answer those questions. Otherwise, we're just going to go through this, and hopefully you guys will learn a new trick that'll help you along with math, all right? All right, so what we're going to be doing is it's called order of operations, okay? So I'm going to write a problem up here on the board. Sometimes it looks a little scary, but you guys will be able to do this, okay, in not too much time. So here's the problem we're going to work on. My board doesn't flip on me? All right, I don't know about you guys, but when I first started math and I saw a problem like this, I used to be terrified. It used to just make me kind of sweat. A lot of things going on there, a lot of places and a lot of little numbers, and we've got some X's and all that kind of stuff. But you guys are math wizards, and you'll be able to pick this up pretty quick. Yes, you have a question?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Why is there a 2 on the 5?
Why is there a 2 on the 5? That is a great question. And we're going to get to that because that's going to be part of our order of operation. And
I'm sorry I wasn't ready.
That's okay. And there's lessons that maybe you have missed that we've done in the past where we have used that. And we'll get to that in just a minute. All right?
Usually when I do order of operations, there isn't any little 2s in it.
Any little 2s? I know. Looks different, doesn't it? So we'll explain what that little 2 is in just a minute here, okay? Thanks for the question. That was a good question. And we'll get to that and we'll explain that. So this kind of math problem has a set of rules. So you got to follow these sets of rules so we can find the answer. And if we don't stick to these rules, then you might end up with the wrong answer. We always want to get the right answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the object is to get the correct answer. So we're going to use an acronym that people have come up with and that you guys will learn that will help you with the order of operations that will help us to solve this problem, okay? So I'm going to write it up on the board here and see if you guys recognize it. If you do, just raise your hand. Yes. Has anybody ever seen that before? So that is an acronym. I'm going to write it in acrostic style. You guys done acrostic poems before?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So we're going to do it in acrostic style. We're basically going to go down each one of these letters and find out what they mean. And that will teach us how to do these orders of operation so we can solve this problem. Okay? So the first one is a P, okay? And that stands for parentheses. So we'll write that up there. Make sure that I spell it right. We always do this first, okay? So parentheses goes first. So we're going to do everything that's inside of these parentheses, okay? So with the parentheses first, we're going to go ahead and go to our next order, which is the E. And this is going to answer your question right now, okay? So the E stands for exponent. So the exponent, or exponents, so we take this little 2 right here, and for an exponent, what that little number means is you're going to take this number and multiply it by whatever this number is. So if I have 5 to the 2nd power, what that's going to look like is 5 times 5. If that was 5 with a 3 above there, it would be 5 times 5 times 5. Okay? And so on and so on. Okay? But we'll go back and review that at a different time.
So it's 6. So what you would do there is 6 times 25 plus 3?
We're getting there. You catch up, and thank you for raising your hand. I appreciate that. So we'll do that part first, because what we're going to do is the parentheses first. What we want to do is all the operations in the parentheses until they're completely gone, okay? And that will get us much closer to the answer that we're trying to get to. So we do the exponent. So the exponent was 5 to the second power, so that's 5 times 5. And as math wizards, what do you guys know as 5 times 5 equals? 25, right? 25. So we're going to go ahead and take that part out. We're going to move everything down a little bit. So now we have 7 plus 6 times 25 plus 3, still in parentheses, okay? All right. So now we move down to the next one after E is an M, and that is going to be multiplication, okay? So inside of the parentheses, we see that we only have one multiplication. Yes?
Well, I think I know what the D and the A and the S is.
You do, but don't give it away yet, okay? There's a secret. If you think you know what it is, keep it in the back of your head. Is that your question too? How about you? Okay, so we've got parentheses. Exponents. We did that over here. There's our E. Now we're moving on to multiplication. So we notice that there's a 6 and an X and a 25. So we're going to do the 6 times 25 first, okay? So 6 times 25. As math wizards, we know that 6 times 5 is 30.
Yes.
Carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12. Good job. And then we add 3. 12 and 3 is
15.
15. Everybody agree it's 15?
Yeah.
Good job.
I know that because I'm good at dividing by 3.
Awesome. So we see our answer for the M as we move through multiplication is 150. So we move everything down again. 7 plus 150 plus 3, still in parentheses. So now we do have the D, and the D stands for division. I check my problem inside the parentheses. For this problem, we do not have any division. Okay, I see your hand and I'll answer that in just a minute, okay? So there are no division problems. We check that off. We've done parentheses. We're still working in the parentheses, so we'll just put a half check. We're done with exponents, double checked. Done with multiplication, double checked. Okay? Division, we do not have any, double checked. Okay? So now we're on to addition. Okay? Still working inside what? The parentheses, right? So if we're still working inside the parentheses, even though there's an addition sign outside there, I need to work inside here. Okay? So 150 plus 3 equals?
153.
Everybody agree for 153?
Yeah.
Good job, math wizards. So we bring that down. We've got 153. Now we just have 7 plus 153, and our parentheses are done. Okay? Double check. We are done with parentheses. We have looked and checked. There's no division. The only thing left to do is addition. So we did the addition inside the
I
parentheses.
forgot to write addition.
We're going to write that right now. Thank you for reminding me. So now we're going to do addition. And the final one would be subtraction, correct? The final one would be subtraction.
But there isn't any.
So what do we do if we notice that there's no subtraction to do? What do we put? Double check. We always double check our work, right? So we see that everything up there is double checked except for addition. This should give us our final answer. So 153 plus 7.
It's 160.
160, right? As math wizards, we know we carry over 60. Our final answer is 160. Okay? Double check. Check our answer. You can always go back and redo the problem again to make sure you come up with it twice as a double check. If you're pretty confident with that answer that you've checked off all of the orders of PEMDAS, then we'll go ahead and complete that answer, and we would turn that in and move on to the next problem. Okay? So just for a quick review, we always do what first? The what's in the parentheses, right? The next part we look for is
Exponents.
exponents, that little number up there. Some other things that we'll learn about exponents later on. We move to multiplication, okay? We're simplifying everything. We check for division. We move to addition and finally subtraction. Okay, that problem did not have any subtraction or division. Future problems will have division and subtraction. One thing we need to know about the division, addition, and subtraction, the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction is everything goes from left to right. Okay, we always work from left to right.
Like reading.
Like reading. Okay. Any more questions on PEMDAS? Okay. So as math wizards, we'll have this PEMDAS pretty much everywhere that we go where we're doing this, so we get it instilled in our head. You can come up with other things that PEMDAS stands for. Has anybody ever used acronyms or acrostic poems or anything like to remember certain things? I'll get to you and then you. Okay? Get over here.
Last year, my teacher, when we were doing long division, we did acrostic thing.
Did an acrostic thing? Cool. How about you, Ben?
Oh, I was just saying, I've read acrostic poems and stuff.
Acrostic poems. And like things like remembering the planets, maybe something like my very educated mother does certain time pieces. Take those out of there so we don't use that anymore. But this is one of those